Hi, my name is Ernest Hemingway. I was born on July 21st of 1899 in Oakland Park, Illinois of the United States. I was born in my grandparents' house, a suburb of California. My parents were Clarence Hemingway, who was a physician, and Grace Hemingway, who was a musician, and both were well respected in Oak Park. I also was one of the 6 children in my family, including Marceline, Carol, Ursula, Madeline, and Lester, of course. I went to Oak Park and River Forest High School, where I took part in a lot of sports. To name a few was boxing, track and field, water polo, and of course, football. I was also in my school very excellent in English and also took a small journalism class. And a little fun fact: I was considered a journalist before I ever became a novelist. I then went on to work for Kansas City Star as a cub reporter, but only stayed for about 6 months. In the early 1918, after applying to serve with and being turned down by U.S. Army, Navy, and Marine because of poor eyesight, I decided to respond to the American Red Cross recruitment efforts in Kansas and signed on to become an ambulance driver in Italy. During the war in Italy, I was badly wounded, but yet I still helped rescue soldiers out of harm's way, which gave me the Silver Medal of Valor and the Bronze Star of Valor for my brave efforts. I then left New York in May and arrived in Paris as the city was under bombardment from German artillery. After that, and a few other wars that I took part in, I went and wrote some more books. After that, I moved to New York with a woman named Mary for a small office apartment. Then I went to Spain to write a few more books, and then I went back because I had suspicion that she was being watched by someone, because I made a lot of enemies during my time. I tried begging her to be careful and maybe move, but then she got concerned and decided to bring me to the Mayo Clinic, where they gave me electroshock therapy. Once I came out, I hinted towards suicide, so because of that, and I wasn't also thinking straight, but because of that, I got recommitted for that, a little bit more of electroshock therapy. Then, once I got let out, I also deliberated for a bit, but then I grabbed my favorite shotgun and, of course, ended my life. And the hashtag? Unstoppable. You can read that. Not bad. And then, of course, this. Now, if you can't really see this, it's a picture of Ernest Hemingway, which says, "For whom rang my doorbell?" For my prop, which kind of goes along with it, is "For whom the bell tolled," written by Ernest Miller Hemingway. And then this is my poster, which has a few things. Like, another thing that happened to me was that I survived 2 separate plane crashes in the span of 24 hours, which is right here. Let's see. I also have a urinal from my favorite bar at my house, and I also dedicated a few books, each of my 4 wives. I was considered a journalist way before I became a novelist. A few things I've said, and this concludes my presentation on Ernest Miller Hemingway, said, produced, and made by Mason Schaefer, and only me. And I'm out of here.